Welcome, friends. Today we're celebrating Valentine's Day in some unique and affordable ways while also helping you enhance your relationships. We start with a delicious recipe from James Beard award-winning chef R.J. Cooper. Then I'll give you 5 ways to make Valentine's Day extra special this year without breaking the bank. I also invite a veteran florist in studio to learn how to create beautiful floral arrangements at home on a budget. Finally, I'm talking with an expert about the benefits of using the Enneagram as a tool to help you better understand yourself and your partner. So get ready to take some notes and expand your mind, because this is the Sami Cone Show.
From the News Channel 5 Network, this is the Sami Cone Show.
Chef R.J. Cooper is crafting a mecca of modern cuisine right here in Nashville at St. Stephen, and now he's going to teach us how to bring a little taste of it home to you. You're crafting, are you?
I'm crafty.
Oh, let's get crafty.
I'm so crafty.
Let's get crafty today. What are we making?
So we're going to do something that's inspired by Valentine's Day.
I hope
the
so.
color and so forth. Yeah, Valentine's Day is
Coming up.
my favorite day of the year. Come on. You
Really?
know that.
Okay.
All restaurants.
We love it. Okay.
Be nice to your restaurant staff.
Yes,
team.
please.
They're
Please be nice to your
fantastic.
restaurant team.
So this is a goat cheese and burro beet agnolotti. So we've taken the beets and we've cooked them, and we've pickled them, we've fermented them, mixed them with goat cheese, and I'm going to teach you how to pipe it out.
Yeah, I am.
Well, and then cut it, and then I'll show you the cooking process.
Are you showing me,
All
or
right,
am I?
So I'm going to do one small
So
one.
this is homemade pasta, of course.
Yes, and magic at
And
TV
we'll put
and
that
camera.
on the we'll put that on the
So we're
website.
going to pipe the filling.
Yep.
Which you have to try, right?
Oh yeah, of course I do.
Yeah. There you go. All right.
Oh my gosh.
Here's the secret. You gotta flip it over. All right. We're going to.
Are you pressing as you go?
Pressing it as you go. Then we're going to crimp it. It's a little dry because actually, the 5-minute
TV.
drive I had over here. All right. Then we're going to do this. Then we're going to cut it.
Oh, I totally got this. If you don't have a fancy thing like that, can you use like a pizza wheel, or is that sacrilege?
You can. This is, I mean, Cotillier in East, they have them for like $50. So they're great. Oh, so then we're going to cut it.
You're not letting me do it.
I'm going to let you do the next one because I'm not doing a great job with this one. So that's the deal.
Let's show you how to, Sammy's going to show you how to do this today. Okay.
So Sammy, let's go this way.
Oh, this way? Yep.
So you could
Can I go from here?
Pull it across.
Okay, I'm going to pull it across.
There you go.
I feel like I'm going to, look at that. Okay.
Excellent.
Okay.
Almost as better than mine.
That's right. And then I'm going to turn.
Fold it over.
Fold it.
Want to go a little bit higher?
A little higher.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
And then I crimp.
You kind of want to just press it. So what you're doing is pressing the air out of it.
Oh, I see.
Like that.
Okay, I missed. We're going to pretend we don't see that one at the end there.
No, you're good.
Okay.
So I'm going to start the sauce.
Please do. Can I keep
Super
pressing
easy.
while you're doing the sauce? Okay.
That's your job.
Thank you.
You're the pasta. And this is a great table for it. This thing is just sliding all over the place.
Yeah,
I use wood or marble.
Okay.
Or your home cutting board.
Sure.
So
okay. So the sauce is doing what?
This deal.
I'm doing this over here, right?
A lot of butter, right?
I feel like Valentine's Day should have butter.
All right, so basically what this is just a butter sauce. We're going to flavor a little bit of black pepper.
Okay.
All right.
I'm being generous.
And always salt your...
Shh. Don't... Okay, we've got 2 minutes. We got to focus on our cooking here.
So we got that.
This is going to be better than yours. Shush. Okay, butter. Would you use salt and pepper in there?
So just a little bit of cracked black pepper.
Cracked black pepper.
All right. And then we're going to flavor it with some...
What is
some
that?
dill.
Dill.
Right, magic of TV, right?
I'm going to say I don't normally cook with dill, but I had something extremely delicious at St. Stephen the other day with dill in it, and it surprised me. I can't.
Which one? I know it was in salmon. So.
Was that the ricotta?
Not the.
No, I don't know. It's good. Can I just say that St. Stephen is one of the most thoughtfully elegant restaurants I've ever been to.
Thank you very, very much.
Like, there were so many things that I will totally admit that I might not have thought to order, and as soon as I tried it at the tasting bar you have there, like I was transported.
Oh, that's sweet. That's very
It's
kind
delicious.
of you. So
Okay.
we're swirling our butter, right?
We're swirling the butter. We got about a minute left.
Yeah, we're gonna go quick.
And the fresh pasta cooks faster too, right?
It does. This
Okay.
takes about a minute to cook. So
Especially when it's made as artfully as I've done it.
yes,
Okay.
we're
Doing some caviar. Okay.
yeah. Gotta have caviar.
Gotta have caviar on Valentine's
Right.
Day. Okay.
All right, so pasta's ready.
Yep. And that's just a simple kind of butter, dill,
Butter, dill, black
cracked pepper. Okay, we're gonna
And
pretend
we don't
that
want to
that's
add
cooked.
any acid to it because of the
Well,
beets have a lot of acid in them from
Okay.
us pickling them and so forth. And we're just gonna roll it.
Roll it. Would that break
Right.
the butter?
No, it's actually, you see with the starch from the flour, the
Yeah.
pasta water, it's
Oh.
starting to emulsify more.
Emulsify. Okay.
All right, so
Yep.
we're gonna hit a little bit more salt,
Love it. Okay.
a little bit of cracked black pepper.
All right. And as you plate
We're
that
gonna
with our
do it
last seconds, we're gonna.
Quickly.
I
You
want to
got the
make sure
spoon.
I've got the spoon. Okay. He's gonna do that. I'm gonna put a little bit of this on here,
Oh yeah.
and we're gonna tell people to visit Chef RJ at St. Stephen in Germantown. You will not be disappointed. But head to samicone.com to try this recipe and impress those you love at home. Whether you're a hopeless romantic or a perpetual cynic, I'm here to tell you Valentine's Day is right around the corner. Don't worry, I asked all of you what's most important when it comes to celebrating the day, and I've compiled all those answers to make this the most unique and affordable Valentine's Day yet. But before we get started, there's 3 things I want you to think about. Think about CPA. No, I'm not telling you to consult your accountant to see how much money you have in the bank, but I want you to think about, 1, communicating to your spouse or significant other to see what's actually important for this holiday for us. The P is prioritize. Take that and then see, what do we want to do? Do we want to do it on the day, maybe something later? And then whatever the result of that is, I want you to acknowledge the day. So even if you decide to do something not on the day itself, still acknowledge the day with a card, a kiss, a hug, something that shows that you're appreciating those you love. Okay, now that we've got that under our belt, there's 5 things I want to show you that are going to make this Valentine's Day really unique. The first is to make it practical. Overwhelmingly, I heard you guys say that you want something practical. That's what shows you love. So I created these free printables that you can get on samicone.com, and they're for things like, you know, a massage, maybe it's a dinner or a breakfast in bed. For me, it's a milkshake date. What can I say? I'm a simple girl. But you can print these out. There's even some that you can customize, and this is great to give to kids or to have your kids give to you or your spouse as well. So keep it practical. Look, dishes for a year. I thought that was a great one that I heard from you all. All right. Another thing that you really resounded with you is to do something. Don't buy something, don't eat something, but actually do something, an experience. So you could do something like painting your own pottery or learning how to paint on a canvas, doing a wine tasting, or even going to a show at TPAC. And again, it doesn't have to be on Valentine's Day. That's one of the best ways to save money, is to do it when everyone else isn't doing the same thing. But I find that when you do something together, it really helps solidify your relationship. And oftentimes, not only do you learn to do something new that you might love, you learn something new about each other. All right. This is something that really warmed my heart. A lot of you said that you love to serve others. Now, I want to pause for a moment and say, I realize that all of us are experiencing different emotions during this holiday. Some of us have lost loved ones, some of us are alone, and some of us are just feeling really lonely for whatever reason. And so something that you all said is that you serve others. Maybe it's by baking cupcakes, and you can do this as a family for a neighbor, maybe a single mom. Some of you said you write letters and take it to an assisted living home. Another friend said that she actually buys chocolates and has them anonymously delivered to a women's shelter. And it's just the idea of coming together and loving on those that may not have someone that's going to show them love on Valentine's Day. And I love this for the whole year, but especially on Valentine's Day when that population may be forgotten. Okay. Next, I want you to take a trip. Now, I know that some of you don't feel comfortable traveling, and that's okay. This is where the acknowledging, right, and the prioritizing comes in. So you could get a frame of somewhere that you want to go to, and I just put a little picture here, you know, picture you and me at Disney. Or you could buy a postcard. It could be somewhere around Nashville. It could be a simple day trip. You don't have to spend a lot of money or travel far, but this shows that you're acknowledging that you want to do something on Valentine's Day, but then take time to plan together about somewhere you want to go, dream, save, and it can be, maybe this isn't the time of year that you can get away. This allows you to mark the moment, but then do something in the future. And finally, think bushes instead of bouquets. Now, I know we're talking about how to make affordable bouquets at home later, and that's great. But some of you said that you received bushes or plants, and then were able to enjoy them the entire year. I actually had a viewer named Rose say that she got rose bushes, and that was one of the best Valentine's Day gifts she ever got. So I hope that these are just going to encourage you to think about something new, and not only to think about how you celebrate Valentine's Day in your home, but to think about those that may need a little extra love. Don't forget to head to samicone.com to get your free printable and even more affordable, budget-friendly, and unique ideas for this Valentine's Day and beyond. Flowers seem to be synonymous with Valentine's Day, but how can we create beautiful arrangements on a budget? Well, I'm joined by Kevin Warner of Kroger. It's Kroger at Edmondson Pike in our neighborhood to help us do exactly that. Kevin, welcome. Help.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
I need help. So you're going to show us how to make beautiful arrangements by some things we can grab right at Kroger.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do we start with?
This is just one of our lineup. It's called the Notion Bouquet.
Okay.
And people are now just buying flowers just every day now, being stuck at home and everything.
Right.
And you just cut the wrapper off, put them in your hand, and I just pull a few of them up in the center to give it a little bit of dimension.
Now, do we need to snip the bottoms of them when we get them?
Yes, we will. When we get it in our hand and we get it situated how we want.
Gotcha.
You measure yourself by 1 to 1.5 times the height of the vase.
1 to 1. So the flowers are going to stick up 1 to 1.5 times. Oh.
And that gives it the perfect balance, perfect height. And I just put mine up to the edge of the table so I can measure.
Oh, well, you do that much more elegantly than me, but we're going to do that here.
It's always important to pull all the foliage off the bottom.
Why is that?
Because it creates a bacteria buildup in the water.
Huh.
And
so you don't want any of these little leaves in the water that you put in your vase?
No.
Okay.
It deteriorates the life of the flower with bacteria buildup.
Okay.
And those little packets that come in the bouquets, you cut them open, mix them with warm water, and that'll help defeat the bacteria and preserve the flowers.
Warm water, interesting. Okay.
And you just kind of drop them in there and give them a little fluff.
Okay. Wow. Well, you did a much better job of that. Okay. So I didn't cut mine enough. Well, that's a good 1.5 ratio. I mean, and how much, like, if we wanted to get a bouquet, you've got some everyday bouquets that are really reasonable, right?
We start out at $7 a bunch.
Okay.
And we have 3 color blocks, and we try to go by season. And right now, we go by the sleeve. The pink, the purple, and the green. And they're just distinctive color blocks.
So could you combine those then? Like if we want, so obviously we can grab a bouquet, bring it home. What if we want to do something that's more, you know, instead of just like a gift, like an arrangement of some sort, how would we combine those in a pretty way?
You can combine them, or you can get the local florist to do it.
Okay.
Or we have lots of pre-mades already made up.
So we can just go in to Kroger and grab. Is it true that Kroger's the largest florist in the world?
We are the largest florist in the world.
How did I not know that? Now, you've got a candy bouquet over there as well.
We have 2 candy bouquets.
Okay.
We have this that it's just a smaller one.
Okay.
And then these are more of an upgraded version. This one's about $75.
Okay, but how much would those start out at?
They start out at $19.99
Okay.
and up.
So and I mean, this is something I imagine you could do at home as well you've got just like your candy here, but that's something that you have ready that you could go
Ready to go.
and get to. Okay, what do you think is one of the most common mistakes people make when it comes to Floral when they're trying to put together bouquets
Well,
themselves?
a few little tidbits.
Okay.
Never use a dull scissor.
Oh.
It crushes the tubers. There's tubers in the skin,
Okay.
and they draw up the water. So when you use dull scissors, it crushes them. So it won't draw up water. If anybody ever had hydrangeas or roses,
Yes.
the little heads wilt,
Yes.
those tubers are crushed.
So sharp scissors.
So sharp scissors,
Okay.
and anybody that's comfortable with a knife, use a knife.
Well, there you go. Okay. Well, I know that obviously Valentine's Day is right at the corner. Is it okay if we have a last minute request? Can we still come in?
Absolutely. You can call in your orders. We have plenty of pre-mades. We have candy bouquets, rose bouquets, mixed bouquets, potted flowers.
What's the most popular right now? I mean, are roses the most popular?
Roses would be the most popular.
Okay. What else, is there something that someone could do that might be more affordable if they can't find the roses they want?
We have, again, mixed bouquets.
Okay.
Every store should have the $7
There you
bouquet and up. This Notion bouquet, which is what we use
Right.
here, this is $18.
Perfect.
And this is our everyday pricing and everyday product.
Love it. Well, thank you so much for joining
But
us.
thank you for having me.
I hope that you will try your hand, maybe a little better than me, at making your own bouquet at home. And if not, go and visit Kevin or one of the amazing florists at a Kroger near you. Thank you so much, Kevin. This
Thank
has been
you.
great.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. The Enneagram certainly has become a conversation starter in many circles, but what do you do with that knowledge once you have it? Jackie Brewster, a certified Enneagram coach and experiential specialist, is here to tell us not only to help ourselves, but what we can do with that in relation to our relationships. Is that right, Jackie?
Yes. Yeah. What do we do with the Enneagram?
Yeah, just really quickly, if someone somewhere has not heard of what the Enneagram is, can you give us like the Cliff Notes version?
The super fast version
Yeah.
of this. So the Enneagram is a personality typing system.
Yeah.
And so basically there's 9 different personality types. And so there's 9 different ways of viewing the world. And I like to say like 9 different lenses or colored lenses. And so there's 9 different ways that we all take in information and see the world. And, you know, our focus of attention is different.
Yeah.
And so the Enneagram really helps us to see that. In the work that I do, I help people uncover and discover more about themselves with this tool.
Yeah, and so I was going to say, like, why is it important? But, you know, I think it's become such a catchphrase,
Yes.
right? So why is it important? Like, where can we use this as opposed to just walking around being like, I'm a 3, you know?
Yes, I love that. Oh my gosh. Where can you use it? Everywhere. You can use it everywhere. So the Enneagram is a great tool of awareness for self, but it also gives us practical application as far as like, how do we begin to understand the people around us? How do we use this information in relationship?
Right.
Well, we learn about each other, right, through these different lenses. And so I really think when we dive into the Enneagram, of course, right now it's like the big fad. So it's
Right.
like the memes and all the
Right,
things.
right.
But when you really do the work of the Enneagram, you're beginning to uncover and discover about yourself. And then you get curious around the people that are in your circle.
Yeah.
You start to read about them and you start to understand their heart longing and their unconscious childhood messages and core desire, core fear. I mean, it's a deep dive.
Okay, so
Yes.
that's my problem, right?
Yes.
Like, that's the excitement, but that's the problem, is that it's enough for me to learn about me and the wings and the here I am in health
yes.
and here I am in stress, and then add on a spouse or a partner or children. We each have a few
Right.
of those,
Yes.
some more than others. And so how do you like recall that, or how do you do it without, again, just labeling someone unfairly and be like, oh, that's so, you know, 8 of you.
Right.
But actually using it to benefit those relationships.
Yes. So I again, we'll use the word awareness. So the awareness that you have, so I work around awareness. So helping people know the whys behind. So Enneagram is different than other personality typing systems because it gets to the root of motivation. So it's not just you're acting these ways, so this is who you are. It's no, the why behind. Why are you doing it? And so getting curious around yourself, and then it takes time to be able to have space to get curious around you and your partner, but the work when it's done together, it is beautiful.
Yeah,
because holding space for both people.
Right, and I've heard, it's also to do these things in a place of health, not to, try to do this late at night, or if you want to have those conversations to try to learn more. What are some other natural ways, especially if one partner's super into the Enneagram and the other's like, I don't want that mumbo jumbo.
Right. Oh my gosh, we get that all the time. Like, don't read that about me.
Around me.
Yeah. So obviously, where do we want to have these conversations? You can have them anywhere. It does definitely depend on the level of health within the relationship.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is the level of trust within the relationship. So if you feel like you're in a relationship that has a lot of trust, a lot of vulnerability, then you can lay in bed and ask some questions around, like, what do you think about this? I think that's probably the best way is, hey, I read this about this number. What do you think about that?
Putting it back onto them to get their perspective.
Yeah. Let me read this to you. What do you hear about that? Is there anything about that that would be true for you? So it's more of a question than a telling.
Yeah.
And so,
that's good. That's really good. We just have a minute left, but I want to get to, hearing God speak, so this goes beyond us.
Yes.
You've got some great resources. Just tell us quickly about them and where we can find them.
Okay. Well, Hearing God Speak is a 52-week Enneagram devotional that is chock full of Enneagram awareness and biblical truths, which is my favorite because transformation happens through the help of the Holy Spirit. So that book you can find anywhere. Barnes & Noble, Books A Million, Christian Bookstore, all over the place. And then this new resource is amazing. And it comes out March 29th is the projected date, so let's hope we stick to that. But you lift up the box and it's full of cards, and so it's Enneagram awareness in bite-sized pieces. And so this is a great way to start the conversation with family, friends, loved ones, spouses, people you're in relationship with.
I love it.
And that will also be
available everywhere. All right. Well, Enneagram with JB is where you can find Jackie both on Instagram, the website. This is literally the tip of the iceberg. So if you want to learn more, check her out. Thank you for coming and just piquing our interest and helping us dig deeper today. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. Before I go, I need you to know love is a calling. Love, it's what February is all about, right? But what about if you don't have love in your life? Or worse yet, what if we love deeply but get hurt by that love? What then? I can tell you from firsthand experience, I found myself in that very place not long ago. God never promised love would be easy. He never promised love would be consistent without ebbs and flows. And he certainly never promised that we'd figure it out on this side of heaven. What God did promise is that he will love you with an everlasting love, that he will never give you more than you can handle, and we love because he first loved us. And though we may never fully comprehend the how, why, or what of the word love, we can rest assured that nothing we are facing is outside of the reach of our all-knowing and all-seeing Heavenly Father. While none of us are perfect, we serve a God who is, and we were made in his image. So for those of you who don't feel loved or have lost your will to love this month, I encourage you to go back to the source of all love. Love is not just a feeling, it's a calling. Are you ready to answer that call? Friends, we packed a lot into today's show, and even if you learned just one new tip or takeaway, it was all worth it. I want to thank each of my guests for their inspiration and wisdom, and thank you for not only showing up today, but for helping me choose my outfit this month from Lily Pulitzer and Kendra Scott of Green Hills. And if you don't know what I'm talking about and everything that was happening on Instagram, make sure you follow me at The Sami Cone Show to join in the fun before we go on air. I hope you have a great day. Make sure you make it great, and do not wait to tell someone you love how you feel about them. Bye, friends.